Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be cutting through decades of fear and confusion to give you the straightforward, everyday facts about HIV. We'll use some super simple analogies to show exactly how we can keep ourselves and our communities safe.
But before we jump right into the science, take a quick second and ask yourself, what do you actually know about HIV? Because today, we are busting some of the major myths that drive community stigma and leaving you armed with absolutely nothing but the facts.
All right, let's get right into Section 1, the basics of HIV, or as I like to call it, the intruder. So think of your immune system like your body's personal VIP security detail. HIV is an intruder virus that specifically targets and attacks those security guards. Now, AIDS is the dangerous condition that happens down the line if that intruder is just left untreated, eventually destroying your security system and leaving you completely vulnerable to severe sickness. Moving right along to Section 2, fact versus fiction when it comes to transmission.
For the virus to actually spread, it needs a specific biological gateway. It only travels through direct contact with specific fluids, like blood, semen, and breast milk. Basically, this means it spreads strictly through unsafe sex, sharing needles, or from a mother to her child.
Now, this right here is probably the absolute most important takeaway for supporting our friends. You literally cannot get HIV from casual contact. No way. Not from hugging, kissing, shaking hands, sharing toilet seats, or even getting a mosquito bite. Knowing this is a total game changer because it replaces fear with actual empathy.
Which brings us to Section 3, spotting the symptoms. And the big question, is it just the flu?
Well, yeah, it kind of looks like it at first. Headaches, feeling super fatigued, fevers, swollen lymph nodes, these initial signs look exactly like an everyday flu. Because there's no unique symptom, you simply cannot guess if you have HIV just based on how you feel. Okay, let's talk solutions in Section 4, the power of treatment and stopping the virus in its tracks. This is where modern medicine is literally a marvel. With things like antiretroviral therapy, we can basically slap handcuffs on that intruder. Proper, consistent treatment makes the virus completely untransmittable. It allows people to live long, super healthy lives without any risk of passing it to their partners.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, take action. This is all about prevention and you.
To keep the intruder out, the basics work. Use condoms and absolutely never share needles. But medical science has given us even more tools. We've got PrEP, which is a daily pill you can take like a preemptive shield before exposure to prevent getting HIV. And then there's PEP, an emergency medicine you take after a potential exposure to stop the virus from ever taking hold.
Because those early symptoms are so sneaky, the real risk is just not knowing. Testing saves lives, period. If you're in India, you can easily access totally confidential testing and support through NACO. That's the National AIDS Control Organization. You can hit up local government hospitals or private clinics that offer rapid, simple tests.
So I've got one final question to leave you with. Do you know your HIV status today? Take control of your health, go get tested, and let's spread facts instead of fear to support our community. Thanks so much for joining me on this Explainer. I'll catch you next time.